Hi, this is me. I get real. So, I don't really have the cash to do this. Literally. I found $1. I was cleaning my car the other day, so I did have $1. I spent almost $13, just almost 6 for the animals' grass, and buying a bag a week. There, Timothy Hay. I used to buy it at the pet store, and I felt like, or the big bags are from Ireland on sale. I felt like you could get it for like $12 for a big bag. And I've been paying $5.47 for a little bag. I don't know if it's economical, because it depends. You can get a big trash bag or something, and they put a handful in there, and you can get a little one where it's so tight you can't even pull the stuff out, which I've had happen before. It's like the ends. I like when the animals, like, you have a big stalk of grass, they cut it. I like when the animals get the tips, which have like the seeds, have the fake seeds on it, kind of like the grass fruit. I remember Kimmy, we got our guinea pig, the first guinea pig I had in Portland. I remember how much he loved those little tips. And so, but I feel like I'm wasting money, but at the same time, Wincall is pretty fair on the prices. These animals eat it fast. I'm like, we play more games with Grandma, and they have like grain moss over there on that side of the store. You don't want to like bring that home. I don't know if they get it's a grain. And you have the pet store, which plays games with their prices. And sometimes you can use a coupon or something and literally get something. Use your club card and literally get it. Or economical. I could go and buy 96 ounces of Western Timothy hay, but I don't know if I'm gonna do it. I don't know if I'm gonna do it. I might have done that once. I think I only got like half that. Just looking at price per ounce. But I mean, then you're gonna shell out 20-something bucks. The Carefresh I don't even use that. Other guinea pig got sick and they put baking soda in it. And anyways, well, pets are not cheap. Let's just say that. One, eBay account. Somebody's trying to get me to ship them something to Bosnia. I don't want eBay to go through my account and my messages and think that I'm trying to sell outside of eBay. But they said Bosnia and some other place I never heard of. It's on the blacklist. I thought you had to pay more money to get your stuff advertised on. Maybe that's UK, Europe, or UK. So, I was saying something in a video this morning. They had one and another one, and someone was on the other side of the door. And I was saying something about one night stands, going between the extremes of one night stands, not being able to touch by my own kids, and then going to martial arts to learn how to be touched. So it's like going from being really sleazy and having no, like, a lot of things have changed since the 80s and 90s, but I didn't realize that guys disrespect you when you are treating your body like that. To them, it's studly. To a woman, it's slutty. I didn't do it because of sluttiness. I did it for the same reason I'm whining right now. I like to be connected with people. I like to be around people. I'm really social. I like sitting with somebody. I was really good. I saw this in last year. I was looking up sex and relationships and how people interact, because when you're isolated when people in your community don't accept you as a friend or whatever, you don't know what's going on around you. You don't know how people feel because you don't have people calling you, or we're not talking over tea about this happened. My grandson was born yesterday. Such and such. My aunt's sick. Like, you don't hear that when you're isolated. So I kind of get online and use that as my crutch. Get offline and go out in the real world. I end up being like at church. No, you can't sit here. You can't sit here. You can't sit here. So always having to sit by myself. I have taken the earrings off. They itch so badly. I'm like, oh, this anti-allergen and stuff. Oh my gosh. Even like some Sterling, I have like itches. Oh my gosh. Like such a allergic. That's why I started my jewelry company and my medicine company, because I have so many things that are, um, they say they're anti-allergy, or they might say nickel-free, or they say this and that, and they're not. So, I was reading about these, this is all opinion. When I was at school, the first time I went to college, the teachers talked about, you need to go to the library and get a reputable source for your paper. And now it's like, if you use a book, it looks pretty shady. When I was in medical school, it looked pretty shady. But I have so many books, I'm like, I'm going to utilize this at least one time. Thousands of dollars for books I never needed. I didn't realize you didn't really need them, because the teacher's notes were all the time you had, and they don't test from the notes, and the homework is not from the book. It's from, again, their notes. So that's just supplemental. And then so I was thinking how a lot of stuff we do use as sources, even if you source it correctly. I spend more time, if I got something online, making sure I write how the sources are written. Is this italic? Is this publication number, or such and such? How do you write the date? Author's name, first name, last name, first name, all this stuff, stupid stuff. I swear to you, I spend more time doing that than, like, focusing on the content of the paper. And when I wrote medical school papers, I got tired of wasting time. I had to be efficient. So I typed the paper, remembering all the stuff. Like, say I was talking about red blood cells and something about the, I don't know, spleen or something. And I wrote the whole paper, 5 pages. And then I need 5 sources. So I'd go through my paper and pull out a sentence and try to look up a source. Because I use my brain, and you can't say, footnote 1 from my brain, footnote 2 from my brain. So I'd have to go and find somebody who had it written and take the source after I wrote the paper. This is more efficient for me to go with the flow and type how I want to. I know a lot of honor students that have all of this credentials and all of this. They're in the newspapers right now, on the news, in the magazines all across the country, getting asked to do speeches. They would literally take an article before class, copy and paste it. Sometimes they just photocopied it or printed it and brought that in as a report. But if it was written, they would literally copy paste it into a paper, put their name on the top, and turn it in. And those are the people that are getting all of the congratulations, you're the smartest person. And I was sitting there doing it from learning and reading and studying, and go to class and listening to my classes 2, 3, 4 times over and over on a tape recorder. And I was like, called the stupid person. And what I think happened was I learned it too well. The teachers, when they went through the program, nobody's going to sit there and study 24/7. And, like, while you're listening in the car while you're driving, like, normal people, they have friends. They go out, get invited to weddings. People were traveling around the world all the time. People were missing class. Again, some of these honor students were they're like sign-in sheets unlawfully. So yeah, I was reading about this. The point of this is, like, opinion versus fact, and what is a fact? It's scientifically based. What is a fact? These people would have this blogs on, and I got really addicted to people's blogs. I really liked hearing their opinions, and it's kind of like a real world. It's not real time. I'm not talking to someone. I'm not messaging somebody, but it's like this opinion in a way of your experience, I guess. I like to experience strength and hope. I want to hear what you went through and how you go through it. Now, this wasn't interviewing a man, but this article was like, sometimes men are known, like, when dating, just to go after sex. And people are, like, attributing it to testosterone. But they had this list for men. It might have been a men's magazine. They're saying, well, affection, someone to talk to, someone to hold, hug. If you're having, a bad day, you want to kind of be like, oh, today was rough, but it's going to get better. Like, you want to have someone to talk to intimately, not just hi, bye, stranger, someone who, your cashier at the grocery store, they even say that to you. It was like, sometimes men who crave these things, that's just human bondage. The easiest way and the most socially acceptable way is just to go hook up with someone and have sex. And it ends up being a one-night stand, no strings attached. And then, they would go on and be like, women need nurturing and care, and want a relationship, don't want to be used. Like, these men, this opinion was that these men, maybe they didn't want to just have a one-night stand, or just, she'd be like, okay, come to my place, let's, have sex. And then they're talking about, well, maybe this guy didn't want you, but that's the most studly, like, the most, I always say that, stud versus slut, the same actions, two different genders. You can get all of those things checked off your list in one evening from someone you met off of a dating website, off of Craigslist, or went home from a bar. And it made me feel sad, because what you get the gist of it is that these people are looking for more, like I am, like looking for friendship, looking for someone that they can be like, oh, I'm getting off work in an hour, you want to hang out, or, like I've always desired that stuff, like my whole life. So I'm gonna go get my water and push stop, and I'm gonna post this video. I had somebody wanting me to ship them these books to a country that's on exclusion list, and I might have to be like, I'm sorry, I can't, because I can't risk losing my account on eBay for talking, but I will look into it. Or I don't make exclusion lists, and I don't remember I thought if it's excluded, I'm not gonna send anything. But whatever it is, it's got to go through eBay, and I don't want to get my account flagged because of this. I am I printed something. Yesterday was the 7th, and I printed some eBay shipping labels before 8 or before 9 p.m. And when I looked and I wrote on it, I had the dates mixed up. I thought today was the 7th, and I looked and it says printed on the 8th. Like, I didn't print anything today, and I noticed that it printed it. It said shipped or print. It didn't say shipped. It says shipped on my eBay account, but it says printed on the 8th, shipping date the 10th. And I was like, oh crap. I hope that they ordered it on Saturday, because that will give me, I was like, you would think that if they ordered it after 5 or even before 5 on Friday, say I was at work, didn't get home till 8, I said, I have until tomorrow at midnight to print the shipping label to show that it's handled in one day. But if I come home from work on Saturday and print the shipping label and it shows up as Sunday, that weirds me out. And if it's the weekend, it's one thing. But say I get the order Thursday morning, but I'm all busy all day Thursday, and I can't ship it till after 5 on Friday. From what I heard, it was midnight on Friday. You have to have the shipping label done. Anyways, that's really confusing. That Pacific time was before my local time was before midnight, and it still said that it was printed today. That's really weirding me out. So I wrote a note on there because I got dinged for putting, I don't know if it was a weekday or a weekend. Something went to the post office or got shipped, and I didn't get it scanned or something, and it ended up in Washington State, and it didn't get scanned in to the next day. I think I must have printed the label a day before. I don't know what happened, but I got dinged on my account. If you get so many dings, you lose your status, you potentially lose your account. And I shipped it in Portland, and it's obvious that if it gets scanned out of state, like, it almost makes it look like I waited a day and drove to Seattle and stuck it in a day late in their post office. That's almost what it looks like. And it's really freaking me out, because there's times I have to go to work or go somewhere and there's a line, and they say, oh, anybody need a drop off or pick up? And I've done that before. And once you lose your spot in line, like, oh, well, we can't print you a receipt, but we can scan it. I'm like, shoot. I trusted the mailman. I had something to pick up. I didn't see. They used to send me an email, like, within an hour that your thing has been scanned. So I was like, that's good, because if I'm away from home, I know that it's not still sitting in my mailbox till 5:30 tonight, in case I need to get it out of my mailbox and take it to the post office. So I'm having a little bit of confusion because you're shipping it and doing things in a timely manner, but it's showing that you're not. And a lot of times I try to print it ASAP, but the only other problem is when I was printing it, the kids would be sleeping and they'd get mad. So one in the evening and one in the morning, late morning. So there's a huge gap of time that my printer is not really movable. My water is done. I will be back.